So this is the left bank, and none of this existed, say, 20 years ago.
Alright, cool. So I'm on my way to Astana from Karaganda. Right now we are in the middle of the steppes. We go outside the city, it's just the middle of the steppes. See behind me, all the way to the horizon. In the distance you can see blue mountains. This is the highway. Non-stop highway, goes all the way to Russia. Right here. Right there. Alright, so we'll be in Astana in about an hour. We were driving for about an hour now. It took us 2 hours to get there. Alright, we're leaving right now. Let's go. Welcome to Astana. It is the second largest city in Kazakhstan. Astana literally means the capital and has received its name in 1997 when Astana became the capital of Kazakhstan. The current name of the capital has been changed to nur-sultan in 2019 after the first president of Kazakhstan. But lots of people, including the locals, still use the name Astana. The city is separated into the left and right bank by the river Yeshim. I met up with my brother Daniel, and together we drove to visit his friends and see the nightlife of Astana. To celebrate his birthday, Daniel rented a house outside of Astana. The whole crew got together.
Артуру не жалко, будто камеру будет жалко.
Ой, спасибо, да. While I was there in Astana for a few days, Daniel introduced me to some incredible people. Daniel flew my drone for the first time.
А, вот прям над нами.
Главное снимать типа антипарад, как у Казахстана в реале, и проезжать, говорит, это вот типичные дома, короче, а там дальше такой.
But during the very first meeting, we all felt as if we knew each other for a very long time. We were taking photos, we watched my drone, and it was uplifting to see 20-year-olds smiling and being cheerful.
Nice, alright. Yeah, when more people arrive, okay? Alright.
Приехал с Америки, родился там, вот, любит Казахстан.
Да.
Он снимает много в Казахстане, чтобы так круто, на самом деле.
Да. Alright, cool. So, welcome to the second part of the video. So in this part, I will just introduce you and explain how I met the filmmaker, vlogger, and successful entrepreneur in Kazakhstan who runs multiple restaurants in Russia and in Kazakhstan, in Astana and in Almaty. So his name is Miraaas. You can check out his channel right up here and in the description. I texted Miraaas a couple weeks before I left Kazakhstan. It was something like, my name's Arthur, I'm a vlogger, I like to interview you a bit about Kazakhstan and making a vlog about it, and he said, yeah, sure. Alright, cool, great. So I am near the Shoreditch Cafe in Astana. My friend Daniel. We're heading to meet Miraaas. He is a vlogger and the owner of this restaurant. Prices here are pretty decent, so if you do ever make it this far, ever make it this far, just do come to my restaurant. Yeah. Back in the day when we just opened, we used to be number like top 3
and on TripAdvisor, but obviously now the algorithms have changed, but we're still like up there, and we've been around for 6 years, which is 1/5 of the time Kazakhstan has been independent as a country.
Yeah. What do you like about your home country?
Nature obviously comes first, especially in like around Almaty. This part of Kazakhstan, we're in the center of Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
It's not really sort of vibrant and like picturesque like Almaty. And also there's another part called Aktau in the west. Oh my god, like it's absolutely surreal. The second thing about the western Kazakhstan is not as visited as like around Almaty.
I feel like Almaty more.
Obviously, for
city,
for a
right?
visitor, it's so much more. You have the lakes, the canyons, the dunes, and everything is like within 3 or 4 hours of driving from Almaty. You have everything, and then plus the nightlife, the old sort of Soviet architecture, you know, the postmodernist buildings, you know, the world sort of world-class sort of examples of, you know, Soviet postmodernism. Astana, on the other hand, is like a much more modern city, which was built, you know, mostly after the independence, after like since 1991, and then when it became capital in 1997. Yeah, most of what we see got built, and it's not really a good example because, you know, it's not really tied to any sort of you know, architectural style or anything. It's very eclectic, and the city planning, I think, is just the actual plan. The grid of the city is rubbish because, you know, the roads are too wide, and then it's not really good for walking. And in the winter, it's very hostile because Astana is actually up north, so it's closer to Siberia than Moscow, and it gets very chilly. Like roughly half the year, it's it gets to minus 30 degrees Celsius, which is roughly the same in Fahrenheit if you're watching in the US. So it gets really chilly. Best hotels in the world, like with a big spacious room, spanking new. Not many people have lived there. Like it's been empty like for like 3 years, and the price is $140. Same room in New York would have, you know, cost you roughly $900 and maybe upwards of $1,000. And yeah, it's hands down St. Regis, obviously, because it's on the riverside.
Alright, cool. We're gonna see inside restaurant. Gotta put the mask on.
This is the year.
That's the year it was made?
Yeah, we opened. Yeah.
Nice.
In Astana terms, actually, you know what? Like, let's not pretend we're, you know, caring people. Not many people, because it's Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So there's
Wow.
there's the bakery and dessert station. Yeah, that has a separate entrance.
Yeah.
So you can sort of pop in from early in the morning at 9 when this part of the restaurant opens. The rest of it opens at 12, obviously. And yeah, you can get some desserts, some like fresh croissant.
Right.
So yeah, just the bar area, and obviously the main restaurant part over there.
Yeah.
I was advocating for my own restaurant to make people come here, and actually, if you do watch my video, there's like a promo and like to get you a free drink. So do watch that one.
But
this
please-
is the left bank, and none of this existed, say, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, 1997 mostly, yeah.
That's nice. It was
It's well-
built in 997, right?
Yeah, when Astana became the capital of Kazakhstan, yeah. Until then,
Yeah.
it was Almaty. So I'm gonna show you around and some nice places to fly the drone, the riverbank. And at some point, just let me know because I have like super unlimited data.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in Astana, car is perhaps the only mode of transportation for most people. Not that like everyone can afford it, but it's hard to get around without one because the distances are so vast. Even though the population isn't there, because it's only 1 million people living here, but the buildings are so spread apart that, you know, and because it's very cold in the winter, you know, it makes almost virtually impossible to walk. So
Yeah.
half the population probably owns a car, and then the other half probably always uses like a taxi or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I know the traffic here is heavy.
it's useless, and it's also very sort of how should I say, unfair towards those who actually don't own a car. Because, yeah, I tried to actually bike a few times here. It was such a disaster because the pavements, the curbs.
So we are in the park. What's the park called?
That one is Central Park, but we're not there yet. Astana, because the buildings are so spread apart, it's full of this sort of occasional little parks without names really. Yeah. But other than that, there's still like so many parks with names, like Park of Lovers, Park of this, Park of that, Park of
Yeah, so you can see the track for pedestrians and the bicycle track here. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, actually, it has to be said in fairness, even though the cycling infrastructure isn't as good here, and it's not like main mode of transportation. You wouldn't normally travel from home to work on a bike, but it's mostly for leisure. But yeah, the tracks are improving, and there's some really nice places if you like take a bike.
This is the interesting bridge.
Yeah, it's called Sturgeon Fish.
Sturgeon Fish?
Yeah, the bridge is called Sturgeon.
Right.
Actually, no, it's actually called Atrau Bridge. Atrau is like a western city next to the Caspian Sea where they have the sturgeon fish.
Yeah.
So, because it's Atrau Bridge, and like it was a gift from the Atrau region to the city of Astana during the Expo of 2017. So
wow,
it was like a gift, even though
so it's
like
4 years old.
Yeah, just 4 years old. Yeah. So the shape of it is is like, I mean, it sort of mimics the sort of the scale of the sturgeon fish.
Yeah.
Because it's Atrau, the region that's famed for the fish. So yeah.
Right.
If this video will inspire some occasional travelers to Kazakhstan, one thing people would have to be sure about is that Kazakhstan is a very safe place overall. I mean, there are some sketchy areas, but one thing for sure is that like local people, they never attack foreigners. I think it just has to do with the Kazakh mentality that we're always like welcoming and want to always sort of display our country at its best light. Mark II.
This is the EOS M50.
Yeah, no, M50 Mark II or Mark 1?
Mark 2.
Mark II, okay, the newer one.
Yeah, so that is the Yashim River. I took a boat down this river in 2019. Oh yeah.
It's actually it's illegal to actually catch sturgeon. It's actually illegal to catch the sturgeon, but I think the problem is with the Caspian Sea.
Yeah.
That it's not actually a sea, it's a lake.
Yeah.
And I like calling it that way because you'd much rather be the largest lake in the world than being the smallest sea. And sometimes we have illegal fishermen, like on very speedy motorboats, catching the sturgeon fish, and also because of the oil thing, because that area is so rich for oil. Kazakhstan would much rather have it as lake, so that they'd be able to sort of exploit the neutral parts of it. So
yeah.
We did launch my drone for a few moments. However, it began to pour rain for quite a while, so I had to quickly land the drone, and our tour ended sooner than expected.
Alright, so you saw the city. Miraaas, thank you so much.
yeah, it's been an absolute delight.
Yeah, and Akjul.
Yeah, Arjul, have a nice trip, mate. Yeah.
Alright, you too. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers, bye.
Have a good one. Bye bye. See you around. Wait. Before you go, do make sure to check out Miraaas' channel right up here. He has fantastic videos on Kazakhstan. If you stop by Astana, do make sure to check out his Shoreditch restaurant. They have very delicious meals. There will be... Actually, you know what, Miraaas? How about you finish this one for me?
If you happen to come to Kazakhstan, make sure to check out Shoreditch Astana. And if you quote, there's a free drink waiting for you.
Thanks, Miraaas. I actually like this background way better. What do you think? See you in the next one. Take care.